Okay, I'm gonna run the shit. Okay.
That's on there.
Call to order the Marvin Day Planning Subcommittee meeting on Tuesday, August the 1st at 10:55 a.m. We do have a quorum.
Quorum.
We are missing, and we have a full
yeah,
quorum.
Deb.
We are missing Deb and Christina. But we still have myself, Jill, Jen, Tyler, and Matt. And yeah, Austin over there is doing a dance. So I need a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You guys have to talk. Aye.
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 Jill yelled aye from down the
Matt,
hall.
you have to say aye. Okay, there we go. All right, we've got the previous minutes. Does anybody have any changes, additions, corrections?
No.
Nope, everybody good with them? Hey, Jamie, I sent you a text.
What questionnaire are you referring to?
The one that's online for your candidate questionnaire that you need to fill out.
It's not due to like the 1st of October.
Thursday.
It's
due
the start of
Thursday.
Big Friday. Friday at noon.
Did you do it?
Yes.
Since when?
I've had it done. I just gotta add a couple things.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
well, let's get it done. Okay. Anybody have any changes to the agenda? I mean, the minutes?
No.
All right, so I need a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Here we go. All right, motion passes. Next up, items of discussion. Discuss and consider the proposed bans for 2024 Marvin Day. Before we do that, as we were discussing 2024 Marvin Day, we have our date that we've all agreed upon, which is April the 27th, last Saturday in April. We have had since we let Pierre and Gino, that was the date that we picked, they have since told us that they will have 2 members that will always be out of town the last weekend in April. So I don't know if we want to look at the first weekend in May.
The only reason
Can I
that is
ask who?
yes, because that's the relevant part.
It's Bob
and Christina, which then
they have
takes Marsh.
Marsh has other people.
That's what I
That was
said.
Christina, or that was Kim's point.
They have Leanne and Paige and Jennifer. And
Yeah,
They look young.
that was my response, was that they have other people who can do it. So I said to Jen that we're never going to make everybody happy. And she just said she was wanted to bring it up so we can make that decision.
I just wanted to make everybody aware of that as a potential conflict, just only because they're kind of, Marsh has been kind of an easy and good feature of the event, so the option then would be just to move it
this was
to
the first time we had Marsh, was this past year.
Okay.
And it was
good.
they were really popular.
So the option then would be to move it to the first weekend of May, but then we get into college graduations.
I would rather get backup Marsh folks to do it. And Bob and Christina should, in theory, be available in 2025 because we have to move it up a week.
Yeah.
So,
Or 2 weeks. Yeah.
so I would
Well,
rather
if we do
not
move
change
it,
the date.
we'd rather not change the date.
Yeah, I'll miss them, but I'd rather not change the date.
Okay.
I would like to see if other Marsh people. That's just me.
I mean, that's what I said, but we wanted
I
to
was
bring
fine
it
with
to
that.
the-
It was just new information
Yep.
that I got right at the end of PRG, so
Okay. All right, so we're
throwing
good
it out there.
Okay.
Okay, so we stay.
All right, so bands. So did everybody listen to the bands? I did.
I did not.
I only like one.
Really? I liked 3.
I
liked
only
two.
liked
That was
one.
okay.
I hated the rest, and I'm like
Okay, who did you like?
the first one.
Oh, hot sauce. Okay, me and
I love
Jen.
hot sauce. I love the medleys and the mashups. I like their price. I don't want to go. I don't really want to go with any of the others because I feel like the bigger the band and the more artists and the more instruments, now we're getting into we're pushing $5,000 for a band that's going to play for a few hours, and it just gets my cross. So I don't want to pay that much personally.
Okay.
But I also did find 2 others that
Okay.
are repped by the same group, just in case they come back and say, oh, hot sauce is already gone, which will piss me off because literally you just recommended them to us.
Yeah.
But I found 2 other dudes, 2 other bands. They're just like two guys. One of them's acoustic, but they do tons of medleys and mashups and fun stuff, and they have really great reviews, and I can send them to Tyler to look at. But I like hot sauce personally. That's
Okay,
my vote.
I liked hot sauce. I also liked the Swingin' Richards, and I liked the Breakfast Club.
The Swinging Richards.
I know, like the Swingin',
Yes.
the nickname. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I liked those 3. I didn't like the other ones.
I liked Hot Sauce and I liked the Breakfast Club. Are we doing 2 bands or 1 band?
Two bands. Two bands.
What kind of music
Or
is
we're
the
just
Breakfast
doing
Club?
1 band?
I thought we were just doing one.
Oh, are we just doing one?
I
I
was
would
under
like
the
to
impression,
do
I thought we were just doing one from
Oh,
like
okay.
6 to 9, or, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 1 band for the whole thing as opposed to splitting it
Hot
up into
dog
2
then.
different
All right.
flavors.
I say hot sauce.
Then Hot
I say
Sauce,
Hot
that was
Sauce.
easy.
You know, play some Hot Sauce. I didn't even listen to it.
Was the other band that we all liked and requested last year?
They were booked.
They were booked already.
Who was
Okay.
that?
It was
Oh, God.
East. Started with an E, didn't it? No, not East. It was Electric something. I can't remember. It was the mashup people. But anyway,
This guy was good.
yeah, I like him.
He covered, his vocals covered a lot of the basics well.
Good vocals.
And if you read their reviews, they talk about how like they really get the crowd engaged in. That's
Real
what I think.
interactive.
Yeah, that's what I think we need. Yeah, I mean, I was the only one dancing anyway at Marvin Day, me and Councilman Lyon, so we have to.
I was
Me?
not that big of a fan of the bands this past year.
No, it wasn't either. But by the time we picked, this was basically all we could get.
Yeah.
All right, so do we need to make a motion on this?
You
or-
don't need a motion.
Okay, are we all in agreement? We're gonna go after hot sauce first?
Yep.
Yep.
And we'll see.
Get them
So-
locked
And
down.
then come back for a backup if something's wrong.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
But
what's
get 'em
the full?
locked- yeah,
what's the band's
what's in-
name?
Hot Sauce.
Okay.
And I would make it clear that like,
We won for 3 hours.
well, so last year we booked somebody and then they came back and
They're
said,
like, oh, they got a
but
different gig.
They're not
Like,
available. Like, no. Like, if I'm booking this band, I'm not going to tolerate that 2 years in a row because I'm going to think you're basically doing
Bait
a bait
and
and switch because you got a better offer somewhere else, and I'm going to be pissed.
Hmm.
So like, I'm hoping that's a one-off, but I just want to be like, we all loved this band, and we're really hoping we're not going to have a situation like last year where you come back to us and say, "Whoops, band is booked somewhere else." Like, they need to commit.
yeah, we even had a freaking contract with them.
We did, and they gave us 20% off the next
The
band.
crap that we
Exactly.
got. Sorry,
I don't want to
sorry,
do that
fellas,
again.
but yeah.
So I would like, I'll put the deposit down this week if I have to. I don't care to book that band.
Okay.
And keep it.
Hot sauce. I like it. Okay. With that being said, hot sauce. Yeah, I didn't like that no Sylvia whatever.
Too much Sylvia.
Yeah, that was no. That was,
I don't remember what. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was too much.
it was
It
not. It was
much
not
salt.
enough. Okay, hot sauce. Okay, good,
Mhm.
good. All right, you have your marching orders. All right, next up, discuss food and beverage trucks for 2024 Marvin Day. I read your thing, and I totally understand that they are worried about attendance and length, etc. Are they worried that the length of the day is now going to be too short?
They, like, Cousin Maine was concerned because they said they didn't meet half of what their minimum would be
Okay.
for the length they were out there.
Well, they also left early, but okay.
Yeah.
And they
that
were
They
was-
stayed longer than
And,
anyone
and,
else.
and, they, and they
Truck
came
left.
late, and they came late, and then they left early.
Right.
That was the only one that's gotten back to me. Jill posted on the What's Up Waxhaw, and I've gotten several bites. Like Hungry Howie's food truck was like, we're down. Tony C, the Pizza King, looked on his website. He's like, he wants to come.
He's
down.
a new food truck.
Yeah,
He's
it looks a
one of my
little
neighbors.
like upper scale pizza. Like it looks pretty good. I contacted iTot, and it's
She's
like
my
your
neighbor.
neighbor. Yeah, waiting to hear back from her. Left her a message.
You have a lot of neighbors who run food trucks.
I contacted the
That's wild.
Leave It to Pizza or Vita to, the other pizza people. They haven't got back to me
Okay.
from last year.
I would absolutely tell people if they are concerned about the minimums. I'm not sure I'd offer it up to people who don't bring it up, but
Mhm.
anybody that was there last year and is concerned about it, I would just go ahead and say we'll pay a minimum.
Yeah, and
Because we've got to get people to come back,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and if we have to do it, we have to do it.
I had told Cousin Maine too because they said like we're not necessarily interested unless there's some changes being made. And I emailed them back. I was like, we've condensed the day a lot. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
be. I was like, and,
And,
he
and,
said,
and I would tell them we're happy to pay them a minimum.
right.
Get me my lobster.
Yeah. You
But like I would also tell them the vibe we're going for is similar to like Valentine Backyard, where like, but with less food trucks. Like we're only gonna have
two or
two.
three.
We're not gonna go nuts. We're gonna have two. That's it. So that there's less
Less
competition
Yeah.
for the dollars. And
We're only gonna have two,
because we can't.
so you're gonna have
really-
lobster and pizza.
I don't know if we're gonna have lobster. We're gonna try to have tacos and pizza.
That's why I'm thinking three.
Well, the other thing too is
Or
like
2 and a dessert,
the,
or 3 and a dessert.
so like when I was at Valentine Backyard, Cousins was there, but they didn't have their big truck. They just had a tent and tables and a limited menu. And they weren't selling their full menu that they have on the truck.
I think it was the length of the day for them because I see them. They sit around
But
a
they
local
didn't
joint
come for
where
the
I'm
whole
from.
day.
They didn't come for the whole time.
They were the
They came
only truck that
late.
came at night. They
They came late and they left early. They were probably only there maybe 3 hours,
Yeah.
maybe.
And because
Maybe.
the other trucks had been there all day and pulled out, they were the only truck left. So, and all I saw was people with cousin bags because they were literally the only food
thing.
option.
Yeah.
And then they tell Hunter,
That is also
our
one reason.
sales are low, we're packing up and leaving.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're the only food truck left. What do you mean you're leaving?
That
Why
is
would you
one
do
reason that I would like 3, because if somebody does bail out early and then you've got like 1 left, like
Yeah.
Better hope you
I
like
think
lobster.
Cousin brings some people because there was people who were like ordering online, like driving
Yeah.
to the park.
Wayne's
And I was
wife-
like, the second person came by and said that, I was like, "What do you mean you're ordering?"
Yeah, I
online?
had
Like,
to
you
tell
can't
them to
just
shut it
drive."
off.
yeah,
Wayne-
you
Wayne's
can't do
wife.
that.
Wayne's wife only showed up to the event to get the lobster.
Total side.
I love
note.
Audrey, but she-
forgot to
that was
tell you
funny.
That Bob Markleys is canceling the wedding at the barn in October. Did he tell you? Okay. I didn't think you would remember. I'll tell you about it later. Okay. So
I say go for 3 and just tell them that it's definitely going to be a condensed day. And if they were one that came last year and they're concerned about a minimum, just tell them that we'll pay a minimum.
So
We're shooting for the Cousin Main's, a taco and a pizza.
I think so.
and honestly, I mean, if they need to offer a limited menu, we're okay with that too.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
to
for
cut
4
down on
things
their
that you
food
can
costs
do.
and their prep.
Really well, and yeah.
They can have a limited menu, and
Yeah.
so we're all good with 3 food trucks.
3 food trucks.
let's try to get Cousins, ITOT, and Hungry Howie's. We got tacos, pizza, and
Or
lobster.
the new pizza guy.
Yeah, but you said he's upscale, like his prices look high.
Yeah, he was looking more like it was like on his line was like $14, $16 for like a personal, which isn't crazy. I was just saying that the his website menu looks good.
Are
Like
they
it,
fast? Because the
Haven't seen any
people,
reviews
King of
on it.
Fire that we had last year, I don't think they would come back. And the Vita does something.
Vita de Pizza.
They weren't with us. They were over at Firethorn. So
Mhm.
they. I hope they're not going to compare Firethorn's event to ours. Cause
They
it's
never got back to me. I
totally
called
different.
Vita de Pizza and they hadn't.
Yeah, they sold maybe like 1 slice of pizza.
Perfect.
At Firethorn.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And
Actually, a few more than that because the artists all went down and got pizza. But that was about it.
Yeah. Whoever the taco truck was, it was delicious.
She's my neighbor. She's an awesome cook.
So good.
She's my friend.
Jill knows everybody.
So and then
They're
we'll try to
on
get
that
like some sort of dessert truck. Right.
We talked about whether or not we want to invite Carolina Funnel Cakes to come back again,
Could she bail
or
on you?
we stick with just the ice cream slushy lady. I know Councilman Line loves the funnel cake, cotton candy, popcorn.
Yeah, but
slushy
I
too.
don't want to get in the situation where they bail on us again because they get a better
Right.
offer.
So
Which is
that's the conversation I had with Tyler was we have to let her know you've left a bad taste in our mouths.
Yeah.
For us to give you another chance, this would be the last chance you get. If you cancel with us again because you get a better offer, you'll never be back again.
have you had that conversation with her yet?
with her, no.
Okay.
But that's
Okay.
only if you guys want us to do that. And you
I mean,
want
I
her to
think
do that.
I think all of the different things is a nice variety. So if we could do that, that would be fantastic, and just have a stern conversation with her.
Okay. So then 4 trucks total, 3 food and 1 dessert.
Hmm.
Okay.
And then whatever we
So
find
then
for
I
beer
would
and
tell
wine.
people we're doing like a Valentine backyard kind of vibe because that's exactly what it is. They actually had 5 food trucks plus a dessert, 2 dessert trucks. One was doing custard and one was doing donuts. And then they had the 2 breweries on site.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I would definitely start working on the breweries now.
Yeah, I've called Americana.
I just saw
and
them again at
Sycamore.
Wax on Friday night. They were there for the Jam About the Tracks.
They haven't got back to me. Sycamore didn't get like a good number. I had to like leave like an inquiry email on their website.
Yeah, that's so weird because she literally gave me her personal phone number and I'm pretty sure I saved her on my phone. Let me see if I can pull it. Alright, I'll find her. She texted, it was one of those like QR code thingies and it went right to her.
And we do want to do the wine stay?
I think so. I mean, they're probably going to make us do a minimum, which I think is fine.
Well, that's why I liked Sycamore because they have a wine. They
Oh, they do?
They were selling wine and beer, so it was like 2-in-1.
Oh,
And if we have to have minimums, then
yeah. Let's have one that
we
has
have to have
both.
one that can do both.
What did we decide? What did we decide? What did we decide if we wanted to sell it ourselves?
We can't get a permit to sell it ourselves unless we are doing a political event or we have
No, it can't be
Nonprofit.
it can't be a
it
political.
can be a political fundraising event, like a fundraiser for a political candidate, or it can be a event that benefits a nonprofit.
How much of the proceeds have to go to the nonprofit?
I don't know.
I'd just pay for a truck.
I'm just thinking if we can't get somebody to come, because I mean we were down to the wire last year. Okay, we'll see it.
I mean, I
Sycamore.
might be at Valentine Backyard again this Friday, so if the Sycamore lady's there again, I can go up and be like,
See if she's booked yet. She's probably not.
try to talk to you. Didn't I send you her number? Didn't I text you like her contacts?
I think so. Let me see.
Trying to get her name. Let me see. Thought I did.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe I sent it to myself.
Have we reached out to the other vendors that were there? Not necessarily food.
Like toy vendor and.
Yeah, the magician, the balloon man, the hair tinsel lady, the face painter people.
Also, Waves Entertainment, did we reach out to them as opposed to,
East Coast, whatever.
no, East Coast is the bands, it's,
Is Waves the stage?
yes.
Oh, I thought we were going to get everything through the music people. No.
No, they just do bands.
Oh.
We had to do the stage separate.
Yeah, we gotta like get the stage and make sure
And
the
then we had
contracts like
an
work.
issue where Christina and I had said to Christina, we need to get the band's riders. So she reached out to ECE and they were like, yeah, they don't have riders, they just need, food and a place that they can like go and whatever. So make sure you feed them and that you have a place for them. So that's where the RV came in and where we filled it up with snacks and drinks. Literally like 2 weeks before the event, we get a rider from one of the bands and they're like, we require this, 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 and this, and it was all stuff we had to shoot over to the sound guys, and we ended up with $1,000 change order because of all the shit they asked for. And I was like, seriously, sorry, Austin.
Not editing.
So this time, I'm gonna be like, you know,
Also
we should
remember,
have had the East Coast.
I would
should
have told them sorry, we're not doing this because you didn't give it to us.
I don't know.
And
I'll-
oh, I'm sorry, it's going to cost $1,000. Okay, that's fine. Here, we're gonna not. You're gonna need to reimburse us the $1,000.
also we need to order lights for the stage because they gave us lights last minute. Remember?
Yes, that the guy, when I met the guy at the concert, he was like, just so you know, you guys didn't order any lights. And I was like, yeah, we did. I'm like pointing to the, like the floodlights that we rented. I'm like, they're right here. He's like, no, I mean for your stage. He goes, so basically after the sun goes down, your stage is gonna be pitch black. You have no lights at all. And I was like,
Why
how
wouldn't
did
they
that
tell?
happen?
Why wouldn't they
And
tell
he
us
said,
that?
he said, I didn't do the contract with him, but he tried to tell me that we told him our concert was happening during the daytime.
No.
And I'm like, it's never during the daytime. We shoot off fireworks during the concert, for goodness sake. So he's like, well, I just threw in 8 cans at no charge because you can't have a stage that's pitch black. And I was like, thank you. Batted my eyelashes at him and smiled.
You're good at that,
Were
Jill.
you wearing the see-through shirt?
I was not. I was not.
I was actually wearing it at the time.
Actually, I would think I was wearing a lot less clothing for that conversation. That was Marvin Day setup day. I was wearing a sports bra and athletic shorts. So
There you
we go. You're welcome.
Okay, so yeah, we definitely need to go ahead and lock down the magician, which is the balloon guy, Mr. Marvel, the hair tinsel lady, and the face paint.
I already talked to
people.
the hair tinsel lady. She is in.
Okay.
I gave her the date. She was just going to check. I mean, it's a long ways up, but she was going to check and make sure that her friend was.
Yeah, I know it's a long way off, but I want to get these people
Yeah.
locked down, get them like
And she
whatever
was happy that I told her it was
contract
gonna
that we
be
can send
shorter
them,
and
whatever.
later in the
Yeah.
day. April. April 27th. What time are we telling them? Like
3. Well, that's what time we're gonna start, so
I
they,
wish we started
can
at
come
4,
at
but
2 or
that's okay.
2:30 to set up, whatever time they need to be there.
Magician,
No
face
chance we can
painter, and
start
hair
at 4.
tinsel lady.
instead of 3.
Sure, we can start at 4.
I mean, it's only an hour, but it does kind of make a difference. I
Um,
think 3 to
definitely.
9 can be a long night.
Okay.
I feel like 4 makes it sound like more of an evening event. I think it makes it sound
Okay,
better.
so say 4.
Okay,
Okay, so
let's
then
do
tell
4.
them 3 o'clock set up. Or 3:30 set
April
up.
27th, 4 p.m. Hair tinsel.
We need to go ahead and get the school locked down for parking. We need to go ahead and get the shuttles locked
Are we
down.
just gonna
so we
do-
don't have shitty shuttles.
You can get the schools to do the shuttles for free if you contact the superintendent. Not to do the parking lot for free.
Will you send him the contact info of the person that you emailed with last year?
Yeah, I can
I
do
would
that.
rather go directly to them and avoid. They might still make us do. So Facilitron is this website they use.
Yeah.
They might still make us go and do the booking and pay the $2,000 on the card, and then they'll go in and issue us a refund and keep the reservation.
I don't
But I'm
think
hoping we can avoid
I,
that
I
this
think
time.
we didn't. I don't think we had to do that last year. I think we.
I had to do it for the elementary school, but I'm hoping we can avoid it by
with,
going directly
with
to
the
them.
high school. I think we had to go in and just do it as if we were going to pay a deposit, but not actually pay it. And then they just went in and just voided out the deposit requirement or whatever. So we didn't actually have to pay anything. For
I
it.
couldn't even get past the registration screen without paying it.
I don't remember how we did it. It's too long now.
Okay.
Okay.
My days run together here, so don't ask me about a year ago.
My question, did you, and I'm sorry, are we,
Yeah, no, we're done.
can we have open topics if we need?
Just go now.
Okay, 5K guy, I know that 5K is a separate event, but did we, to have it as a separate event, we really need to make sure that he's okay with a separate date. Was he good?
I left him a message on
He responded, okay.
Thursday.
Okay, cool, just checking. Okay,
How long do you guys wait for people to call you back?
Depends on what else I'm doing.
Yeah.
if I ain't got much on my list, I'll call them back pretty soon. If I'm really busy, I'll give them a
I'm
week
just
or two.
asking because like I'm pretty anal about like
what date did we decide, May what? First?
June 3rd.
June 1st.
June
June
3rd.
No, it's
June
the
1st.
first
Is it June 1st?
It's June, yeah,
Oh,
June
it was June
3rd.
3rd
was
last
this
year.
past-
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
Hey
June 1st.
Jason, my colleague sent you a voicemail about our 5K being moved to its own separate event and happening on June 1st. Are you available that date, and are you able to come out to Marvin and see if there's any way that we have the space to hold a 5K in our park?
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Nope. You guys need anything else? Anything else to talk about for today?
I don't think so.
I can see your gears turning, Jill.
I don't think so. Let's just go over the action items so that Tyler has his list.
I usually don't track those in this meeting because you guys usually have a
So,
spreadsheet.
I have that we're gonna lock in the balloon guy,
Mhm.
lock in the face painters. I just locked in the tinsel lady. She said yes. We're going to,
And that means like let's get any sort of contract that we have. Let's get it out to them. If they say yes, let's get it out to them.
3 food trucks.
we're gonna lock in the food trucks.
The dessert lady, you're gonna have a stern
Jesus.
conversation with her.
And look into at least one
We're gonna
alcohol
lock
truck.
in hot sauce. We're
Yeah.
gonna look into Waves Entertainment, so we have a backup plan to the stage guys we used this last time.
We should get the stage vendor we had the first year.
Yeah, they were great.
Not stage, I'm sorry, the sound. It's the sound. Yeah, it's the stage
Is
and sound
Waves is-
people. Waves, you're right. You're right. It is this. It is the sound and stage people. It's called Waves Entertainment.
Mhm.
They're not a backup. They're the people, correct?
Yeah, you said there was a bag. I thought Waves was like number 1.
I also have on here Wayne's Stage Crew Charlotte.
No idea.
Let's just Google who both of them are and we'll figure it out. But I texted myself that night 2 contacts: Wayne's Stage Crew Charlotte and Waves Entertainment.
Okay.
So do we need both of them? Is one a sound person,
I was
one a
wondering
stage
that.
person?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're gonna see.
Okay.
It could be they, because that's how it was with the stage. There was a stage guy and he had a sound contractor and they worked together on one contract, but they were technically 2 different companies. So one was, I was getting confused. I was like, who are you? I'm
Okay.
a sound guy. I was like, who are you? I'm stage guy. But they were on the same contract and I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. So I think
Subcontractor.
one thing that we need to decide on is, are we going to have, I'm using this because this is what we did this past year, AM Park working group, PM Park
You're
working
not going to
group.
need it.
I know, but we need to get everybody else here involved, so we're gonna need to give them some sort of something. So what are our, that's why I said I'm gonna use what we did last year. What are our things gonna be? Because they need to start having working group meetings too, and they need to, because everybody needs a job.
Do they?
Well,
Yes, they do.
since
Council absolutely does.
since we're
Council
only
didn't do any.
They did working group
They
meetings
didn't
and
do
stuff.
any sponsorship fundraising last year, and that is their biggest job.
Okay, you wanna revise that statement?
I'm
Kim
not,
did.
I'm not referring to you. You know what you did.
Fall on the ground.
Don't even act like you don't know what I'm talking about right now.
I
You're
do.
the only one out there raising money.
I know.
There are council members that raised zero. And I need that to be their biggest focus.
Okay. So is that what you want them to do?
I think that's what we need, right?
since we're only in one site, it might just be better for us to reach out to individual people. Like Jennifer Barber's is obviously the person who's to get in
Animals.
with animals. Yes, that's what I'm
Bob
trying
can
to say.
arrange Marsh, even though he can't be there.
Exactly.
Um,
And that could be something you take to
Hunter
PRG
did a great
too.
job with the shuttles, I think. I think we
Mhm.
can he can still do the site
Write
maps.
this down, Tyler. Hunter Shuttles. Bob Nunnekamp, Bob N.
Mhm.
Marsh.
people.
You can also give that to Christina Kolb.
Well, I'm
Well,
gonna have
Chris-
Christina Culp do the tours, the community garden stuff.
They just didn't do well last year. Did we keep in that?
Well, she won't be there, so she
I
can't
know
do
that's what I'm
tours.
saying. She's
yeah.
gonna get somebody to
Get
do
somebody.
them.
And she can also help potentially get some animal people as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know they were non-committal last year, but maybe with a different date they will be.
Yep.
And then Jen Barber can get the animal
Jennifer
people
Barbara,
again.
animal people.
Um,
Let's go ahead and
John
have-
Barisic, his wife, we could put her in charge of arts and crafts and coming up with some ideas for inside the barn. She tends to run the crafts.
I know, but I think the crafts were great last year.
I do too. We're gonna just do it again.
Yeah, I don't think we should do the masks.
Mhm.
I think we should just do the pots and the stuff.
Just do
I think
double what we did last year.
I think the kids like that a
Mhm.
lot.
Keep it
We
simple.
could probably have, since Matt's gonna be doing a lot of logistical facilities, park superintendent stuff, we could put him in charge of porta potties this year, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Same
instead of
company.
committees, we just come up with things and voluntold people
Okay.
stuff.
I'm good with that.
Give people specific assignments to execute.
And then when we get closer to the event, it's just coming up with our volunteer list like
Are we
do
doing
every
the
year.
dunk tank?
Yes.
Oh, no, we never asked.
Oh, we did.
We didn't ask at the meeting.
Oh, yeah.
At council?
I
Do you wanna
forgot.
voluntold
Oh.
them again?
Yeah,
I mean, they all
I'm
did it.
Great
so.
doing it. Although I think it's gonna be earlier, it's gonna be colder, and it's gonna be.
You're also going to have an additional council member to dunk.
Yeah,
Oh, it is gonna be colder.
and that water was freezing that morning, or that.
Well, if we fill it early, it can warm up for the first person.
No. Overnight, it's gonna get too cold.
Well, no, if you fill it up early in the day by 4 o'clock, that small amount of water will get warm.
That's right, it's an evening thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I really want. Everybody's gonna want to be like soaking wet at the end. Nah, I'll ask everybody, but can we put that on? Help me remember for Marvin Day to ask that question
Mhm.
at the meeting because I'm gonna be remote.
Do it during the. Are you,
Marvin Day.
You're remote
I'm
next
remote.
week?
Yes.
Okay. Let me go ahead and send you that invite so you don't so I don't forget.
Do we want to revamp or revisit like our games that we had? Or
I
we
liked
think
our
about
games. I
that?
liked the yard games.
We have everything already bought, so it's
We
Since
are
we're
here.
not doing a
everything.
dunk tank, do we wanna look at like getting one of those like axe throwing things? It's not real axes, it's not like we go to a place with real axes, but like they have some of those axe throwing fun things that you could do, or we could.
I think we just set up additional cornholes,
Mhm.
and I think we have a bigger bounce house for the older kids, like quadruple the size of the damn thing. Like I honestly thought it was like when they set it up, I was like, oh, like I thought it was gonna be a lot bigger. Like it needs to be a lot bigger.
Like one of the ninja obstacle course
Yeah,
ones
that's what
where
I
they
wrote
run
down
through
when
it.
we
did the
Yes,
first
and
one
that's
was
what I thought
obstacle.
was coming.
Yeah.
That's why I switched bounce house companies. I feel like I book something and then what actually shows up, I'm like,
Yeah, it was significantly smaller than I thought it was going to be, but I was like, it doesn't matter now.
Not
It's
the
here,
toddler
so-
one,
Not the
the
toddler
one that
one. The
was
toddler
bigger.
one was fine, but the other one, like, it needs to be like massive. Like, it needs to have all the things on it. I think if you have that and you have some more cornhole and you have the disc golf, it's going to be later. Hopefully, like, people will be there for the food and the drinks and then the band. Like, you know, you'll have
But
a
we're not
couple of
gonna do
hours
disc
for the
golf
kids.
clinics, right? We're just gonna have
No,
disc
I thought we
golf.
were going to.
You guys said you were going to keep those.
I thought we decided to keep it
I thought we decided to cut it.
because we had the discs, so we said we might as well
Oh,
just
no, we
have
did,
it.
because we said it was free, so we might as well just see if they were
Mhm.
available. But if they're not
We
available, I
don't
say we
have
put
the-
the discs out and just let people play
That's
without
fine.
You could do that too.
supervision, whack each other in the heads with discs. the
That's
whole
fine.
night.
I would just cordon them off to a certain section of the park.
Well, I mean, they're going to be cordoned off if we end up doing fireworks anyway. So, have we looked into the other options?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to find that. Everything I keep seeing about like a show is like 25, like 30
$1,000, yeah.
It's
That's
like,
crazy.
and it's very. I think
Is
it's hard
that
to get, like,
light
it's,
show or is that
Light
drones?
show.
It's drone, and that's 2D. That's not like.
The drones is such a new thing. That's why it costs so much.
I had seen about like laser light show, but I don't.
Usually you need to project that onto something.
That's what I was about to say. Like just in the sky, unless it's like. Uber
I'm
cloudy.
fine doing the fireworks
Yeah, I
again.
think we should do the fireworks again.
I do too. I thought it was great
With
last
ample
year.
notice, people can.
We could still look into alternative sites that are close by.
I don't know
Possibly.
if we
We
did.
did that last year.
We
It
did.
didn't work.
We could try again, but it's that way you could use more of the park. But
I think the amount of space that we had at the park, minus not having parking, I think was fine.
yeah, okay, I see that.
I think was fine.
Do we need to set up for the trailer lights again this year?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The trailer lights, yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
And then-
4 again.
Do you have your mat list? Do you have a mat written?
Yeah, I got a mat thing.
What do you have next one? Porta potties?
Porta potties.
Okay, will you add light trailers? And, because this all, my brain is remembering all the shit that got dumped on him last minute. I know, Austin, sorry. Remember the barricades and blocking off the trail and making sure that was secure before the fireworks? Like, all of that I feel like just got dumped on you like day of, but if we we had
Did
to
a great
borrow
job,
the,
by the way.
we borrowed the
Sure.
barricades from Waxhaw, so I would see if we can still do that. I would give them the date right away and be like, are you all having your own event that date, or can we still borrow your barricades? And just kind of, Christina can give you the contact for the Parks and Rec over there. I'm happy to email Seth at Union County to see if they can do a disc golf clinic that day.
Okay.
Just
Put that down by Jill.
put that next to me. I've already messaged Jason. I'll see if he responds to me. What else? What's the big stuff that like we just gotta knock out? Fireworks. We gotta like,
You need to get.
I mean, there were a lot of
contract
things
Need a
that we
contract.
were just repeating, so we just need
yeah.
to.
That
But
would-
do it early
Do it
because
early,
I always feel like it hits. And again, if it hits April, we're in really big trouble. But I always feel like it hit April, like spring break, and everybody's head was about to explode. So it's like we
For-
haven't done blah 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 blah.
for fireworks. Get with Christina because she's got the contract.
I would do the exact same show they did last year. I thought it was fantastic.
It was fantastic. Also, are you overwhelmed yet?
Nah,
Okay.
getting there.
Can
We'll
you, the photographer lady, the one that Christina hired, she is supposed to be putting us together some type of highlight, reel, video, something with the drone footage that she took that day and the pictures she took that day. I believe. Am I
Yes,
crazy?
no,
You're
She
not
said
wrong.
she was going to do that, and we thought it would be a really great sponsorship tool
Right.
to show sponsors. Like, here's footage of our event from last year. I want that ASAP.
Yeah, we need to
have
get that
start
ASAP.
fundraising as
Yeah.
soon as possible. Our event is 2 months earlier,
Yep.
so we have to like be done fundraising by the middle of January for this event because we got to get T-shirts and signs and all that.
We have to do better marketing. We've got to get our signs way earlier. We have to start. We decided to do a flyer. Like, this is all stuff that we need to. We can start working on this stuff now. We already know what the logo is going to look like. We already have the date. We already have all that stuff. So we're okay with like, we're not having to wait for that kind of stuff now. So like, we should start. You know.
Yeah, the fact that this event is mirroring the one that we just did because it's the same place
Yeah, we're not.
and a lot
having
of the
to-
same
yeah.
stuff, we just need to like redo a lot of the
Yeah,
things.
we need to get the arborist. Have Hunter put Hunter on Hunter's list. The arborist. Have him come back.
For
And-
the presentation thing.
Yeah.
And they wanted the Smokey the Bear stuff for that one,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah, ask
They
him.
felt like they needed something to draw people to their table. And
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was. Maybe Christina Culp who mentioned Smokey the Bear.
Maybe.
Tyler put me down for setting up the roll-off dumpster again that Active brought last year. I'll take care of that as well.
I say, so my thing from last year, arts, crafts, vending, that kind of stuff, we still haven't really decided what we're going to have. I mean, I'm not going to be able to get anybody to sign up until we're much closer to the event, but
I mean, I just don't.
I mean, there were some people who actually a couple of people who filled out the survey, mentioned it. We should have arts and crafts and vending and.
I mean, if
I
we
mean,
want,
it is close to Mother's Day, but
it is, and I mean, I think it would be a good thing to have. I just,
don't know that it's the right event to include it in.
I mean, I don't know why not.
It would have, I mean, we would have had a lot of interest, it's just Firethorn had no people. Like, so the problem the first year was the artists were not on site. The problem the second year is that the artists were not on site.
What if we what if we had,
Because the two artists who were on site, Verna, I don't know how well she did because she felt like, but her stuff in particular, she felt that the kid stuff was too distracting. But Kat Jackson was the only other artist on site, and she was mobbed, and that was one of the reasons we actually didn't bring her back. And we could have her back to do demos, just not participatory demos that create a mess. But
I mean, if we don't,
we don't really have a good
have
field test on what people will buy and spend
But if we
because
don't
we've
have
never
the
had
dunk
them on
tank
site. On
up
site.
at the top, like there was a lot of space up there that, like towards the bathrooms, that you could put vendor tents and have
Mhm.
people selling stuff.
I mean, if we have the space, we can try it one more time and actually get vendors
Just how
in the
many?
same place as
we
the site.
still have to offer spots to sponsors.
Yeah, but there was nobody up there. We had plenty of spots. There'd be plenty of room. I say 10 vendors.
You think
You
we
can
had
get-
150 plus feet, because if each vendor has a 10 by 10,
Yeah, there was a
Space.
lot of space up there.
like in between the picnic tables, the whole.
But over
Well,
by
we
the
got
bamboo.
9 10 by 10 spaces in Firethorn's ballroom with some room to spare. So
I-
if we have something that's equivalent to
And
that,
we may not get 10 because we may not be able to convince anybody to come back. But
I mean, I'll show up. I have one other person I know if she doesn't have a conflict again who would show up because she wasn't at this one. We may get Lambeth and Berna back. I don't know. Third time maybe we may have burnt that bridge. They may come back just because they're residents.
Did we already book the DJ for the day?
For Marvin Day,
Yeah.
I had told him when I booked him for National Night Out that I was like, you come, blah, 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 come back.
well, we'll ask him tonight.
Yeah, we'll be here this evening.
He did a really good job, and we're not going to need him for very long.
Oh wait, that's right. We talked about
Oh,
not having
yeah,
him
we're
at all.
not, yeah, I
Yeah,
gotta tell him not
because
to
if
come.
we
You're
start
gonna have
at
a
4
band.
o'clock and we're gonna have bands starting probably at like
We could just play somebody's phone.
5:30, 6 o'clock. There's no point in having him come for just
2 hours? I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm asking. We need some music. We need like,
You think so?
yeah, I do.
I think it would be a good spend even if it's just an hour and a half.
2 hours before the band starts, then
Mhm.
he can announce, "Hey, go over to the main stage."
Mhm.
You know.
I'll shoot him a text.
I'm texting right now. He's not here.
Where do you live?
I know, right? She lives in Party Town.
I think even if it's for and have him show up at have him start music at 3:30, so when people get there, it's already pumping like we're going. So
The
he
band's
really
gonna start at 6 or 6:30. What are we thinking for the band?
6 to 9.
yeah,
Fireworks would be.
6 to 9, 9, yeah,
Or
or 6:30 to 6:15 to 9:15, and then set the fireworks off. Yeah,
they start blasting as the music ends.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, he may not want to come since it's just 2 hours. It's a lot for him to unload and set up
Yeah.
to just play for 2 hours, but we'll see. If
Yeah.
not, I agree. I think
think
we
he
can
likes
have a
doing
speaker
stuff
and
for us.
music and we can have a good
Well,
playlist. and
let's
we can
ask him,
get some music
and he'll hopefully want to come back. I mean, tonight's only going to be like 3 hours,
Yeah,
so
shoot, tonight, well, it's only 3 hours.
2.5 hours is not much different than 3 hours setup. So
Yeah, I'll just put that in here. I'll say, I know it's a shorter window, but it's similar to National Night Out.
yep, there you go.
Motion to adjourn.
No, we're still talking. Okay, so Tyler, let's come back with some of these checked off, done, secured. And if we can help do anything, just let us know. And I'm not gonna start pushing sponsorships with council until I'm actually in the meeting in person, so put that on the work session agenda.
Work session?
Yeah,
Do you want
that I lay down the hammer about Marvin Day sponsors this
a
year.
flyer?
Should I go ahead and buy some burn cream?
A
Maybe.
site, a public facing
For all
site
these,
map?
say like the hair magician, all
Yep.
that, we're just keeping it, like, I'm offering the same price we went last year, like just,
Well, not the same, cause the balloon guy, magician man, I mean, he was there like all day, and we paid him a.
oh,
For a
yeah,
site
we're
map,
changing some-
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
when I
yeah.
threw together
So-
at the last
So
minute,
he'll
was
spot,
that,
so I would say they
Would that
would
work?
be like set up like, start their
and
time like
flyer,
3:30
like
till
an 8.5
probably
like
like.
paper flyer?
No,
Or are we
no,
gonna
cause
do
I
a
would let them
mailing,
stay
like a
set up while the
postcard?
bands are going.
Tyler,
Cause
real
the
quick.
kids may not wanna
Yeah.
sit there.
The DJ's asking about tonight. Is he 5:30 to 8:30?
Mhm.
5:30?
Well, no, I mean, he told me he was gonna be there, I told him I'd be there at 4:30, and he said he'd come before 5.
How long is he actually playing music for?
Yeah, 5:30 to 8:30.
Okay.
Playing music.
We're done, yeah, but yeah.
'Cause I mean,
Yeah, if we can start playing music at 5:30, we might even be done before 8:30. But what time are you getting there to set up? Question mark.
Yeah, I told him
Oh, I
last
gotta
week.
print him the check. That's right.
Yeah, I told him last week.
So I would say like
Oh, I can't
3:30
check.
till like
Oh,
8.
shit, I said I can't.
Okay, yeah.
You wanna be my co-signer on the check for him, because Christina's out of town?
Sure, I have a lunch that I have to be at
You're
noon.
gonna be at National Night Out tonight, right?
I
You
am,
can
I
sign
can
it
sign
when
it
you
there,
get
yeah. I'll be there at 4:30.
And we agreed to 300 for him, right? It's his
Mm-hmm.
discount, right?
So I would just, tell them it's gonna be a short amount of time. And the magician, or the balloon guy, he actually does a magic show, which I think we should do.
They kind of have that like magic show at 5 o'clock or.
Yeah,
you know,
5 o'clock, 5:30, like
Yeah.
right before the band's gonna
Spread that
start.
word, be like
Yeah.
over there,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cause he wanted to do it last year and we were kinda like, no, let's just do the balloons. And then we decided this year, like, we wanna do the magic show. But everything's gonna be condensed, but I would let them stay through, like, even after the music starts.
Oh,
Because it's, totally separate sides and they
Yeah.
can continue to do stuff.
Yeah.
5K guy says, yes, we should be able to do that. I said, okay, we need to get a quote and a contract in place. Please message you, giving him your address.
Yeah.
But I think you should invite Matt to be there as well when he wants to come out to the park.
Well, I was
and do
about to
his
say, because
check.
we're still talking about the 5, yeah.
Which we
Yep.
may not.
If it can be done, if it can.
I mean, if it can, it would be
Arrange a
cool.
site visit
That'd be,
at our
that'd be
park
pretty
to
cool.
see
And I'm
if
sure
we
there's enough
can move
natural
the
landscape to
5K
make it
there.
happen, but.
Period. This needs to happen ASAP because if we can't, we have to book the school again. And we want to make sure we book it fast, period.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right, now you feel
Yeah, I do think
overwhelmed?
Matt should be at that,
Yeah, good.
at that site visit because
Yeah.
he might be saying some things that Matt might be like, whoa, I don't think so, you know?
You're gonna say
maybe
whoa,
not.
whoa? Whoa, whoa?
That sounds like something he would say.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, I don't
Whoa,
think
whoa.
so. I've only heard him ever say yes. I never get a yes and no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I never get a no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes and no. Okay, we good? Anything else?
I don't think so. I can make a motion to adjourn.
Yep, make a further discussion. All's in favor? Aye.
Aye.
So 11:38. Motion adjourned. We need to stop his recorder.
In Austin, only have a
Oh, I
couple
wouldn't have
All
customers.
right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tonight.
Gotta go buy some bread.
Bread.
Get some buns.
Get some buns.